today is Tuesday the 11th of October, and it marks the start of my first day at my new job, which ought to be exciting. It's about 25 to 10 in the morning and the bin men are out. Yeah, I'm quite looking forward to it. It ought to be pretty interesting, learning a whole heap of new stuff and doing some new things. I'm quite looking forward to it as well, which is good. In other news, the weather has dropped considerably. It's really starting to turn into winter relatively suddenly, actually, I think. You know, I mean, it was obviously getting colder from like the end of August through September and stuff, but September was still sort of relatively mild, and now all of a sudden it's kind of hit October and it's just plummeted. It's cold, but it's fresh and it's nice, and I guess I've kind of got to get used to it if I'm going to Canada next year, because from what I hear, the winters over there are bitter. Oh, so damn cold. So, got to get used to it. Just got to wait for the washing up bowl to fill. Won't take long. Oops. It's Wednesday the 11th, no, 12th, that's the one, of October. I hope everyone is alright. How did yesterday go? That's the burning question that everyone wants to know the answer to, at least those of you that, well, watched the first part of the video. It went pretty well. It was relatively quiet. But it was good. That gave me a chance to learn a whole heap of things and get a load of all the boring paperwork, blah blah stuff out and all that sort of thing. So, you know, not all bad. And yeah, it was quite good fun actually. I'm quite looking forward to doing a little busy night, like a sort of weekend. So we ought to see. But yeah, it was good. It was nice to kind of do something different, learning a bunch of new stuff, be in a new place, meet new people. Chatting to a fellow in there called Dean, I think was his name. So getting to know new regulars and stuff like that. You know, it's yeah, it's interesting. I miss the old place a little bit. I haven't even been gone that long, but I do kind of miss it, and one hopes that they miss me. There must be a way. Every camera must have a setting that lets you get rid of the laser lights, so I'm going to look into that as well and see what happens. Anyways, washing up to do, some dinner to make, all that sort of thing. You thought I'd forgotten. You thought that I'd forgotten to vlog again. No, I just thought I'd do an extra special impromptu 2-week one. Mainly as a result of not actually having time to edit over the weekend. It's Tuesday the 18th of October, and today is, I think, more or less the first day off I've had since I started my new job, and I'm spending that day by going home and seeing Mum and Dad, and I'm going to tell them all about how the new job's been going, and I'm going to tell you about how the new job's been going as well, because that's what I do in vlogs. I talk to you about things that are going on. So, the new job, how is it? Well, it's been relatively interesting so far. Been quite busy, in the sense that I've been there more or less every day over the past week. But it's been quite interesting. Been learning a hell of a lot of stuff. A lot of things that I've actually never done before and never even kind of looked at. Getting a whole heap of new knowledge to do with just things in general that I've never had to think about. Craft beer and lager and craft ales, stuff like that. I didn't really know what any of those are. I still don't really know what any of them are. But we've got a constantly changing lineup of beers and stuff on our taps and that. So, you know, there's always something new to learn, always something different to figure out. I fumble my way through explaining differences to people, and I couldn't really give you an honest definition of what they are. We also have a pretty nice kind of cocktail menu that I've been learning and working my way through, and it's been going relatively well, actually. I kind of picked it up relatively quickly, I think. Still a little bit rusty, still a little bit of room to shake down, and a little bit of room to shake down. That's not what I mean. A little bit of room for improvement. My brain just kind of shut down and grabbed a word out of thin air. There's still a little bit of learning and fumbling my way through to do yet, but well on the way at least, which is pretty awesome. You know, I think if I may say so myself, which I hope I may, I think I've kind of picked it up relatively quick. Like I've only really done like 6 days there, maybe 6 shifts, something like that. But I feel like I've got pretty much everything down pretty well, which is great. You know, that's just how I learn by doing. You know, people can give me instructions. That's no good to me. I learn by actually doing the thing that I need to learn. That's how I learn best. So it's actually worked out relatively well, all in. There's what else was I going to say? Yeah, I think I've gone the right way about it, actually. I've been in pub and bar work for over 3 years now, and I think I've done things the right way around. I think getting a job in a pub is probably the best thing to do, because then you get a good amount of like practical know-how. You learn how to pour a pint properly, you learn how to deal with people and all that sort of thing. You get your practical knowledge, and then you can move up into something that's a little bit more complicated, like moving up to an actual bar where they do cocktails and a more there's a product range that's more catered, I suppose. There's a much more extravagant wine list and things like that. You know, I think that's probably the best way to do it. If you get a pub job first, then move up to the bar. There's a difference between a pub and a bar, even though the two are used relatively interchangeably. There is some sort of a difference. Good evening. Sunday, 23rd of October, and I'm just going to do a little wrap-up thing just to end the vlog, because I don't think I ended it on a decent note last time. So I will see you in the next one, when we will talk about all sorts of things that have been going on, because there's a few things that I may need to mention, but I don't know. That'll be tomorrow, I'm sure, because I've got 3 days off in a row now, which is awesome. I can't remember the last time I was just given 3 days off in a row. I've normally had to book 3 days off in a row. I've just been given them this time. So I'll catch up with you tomorrow. See you then. Bye. Maybe not tomorrow. I'll catch up with you at some point over these 3 days. Yeah.